When do you
All right, so Why Die by CGP Grey. Let's see what this is.
When do you want to die? The Reaper is busy, but he can fit you in right now. Too soon, later perhaps, future you will keep the appointment.
I guess that's a
old
good
and with a
question.
life fully lived, perhaps ever so slightly bored and ready. Now you might think that, but when the appointment whippersnapper you sets comes, it is not in the future, because you don't live in the future. You always live in the now, and thus you always die now. Because the Reaper comes for all eventually, humans have formed a relationship with death perverse. Like a hostage who grows to love their kidnapper, humans tell themselves the handful of decades the Reaper gives them is just the right length, that living a truly long and healthy life would get boring and would be
I'm so lost. What the fuck is happening?
unnatural, and imagine all the problems if death took a holiday. And so the Reaper of Age whispers that he is your friend, always near, growing humans bigger, stronger, healthier, and smarter. At first, then comes his harvest of slow rot. Death is a part of life, he whispers. Death gives life meaning. This is madness. Misery doesn't give happiness meaning.
So this dude's basically just like refuting the claim that death should be accepted as a natural part of life.
Happiness is meaning itself. If you tortured people to make them better appreciate the pleasures of life, you would be a monster, just like this guy.
Wait, what the hell's happening? The fuck?
No parent would ask the
What the
Reaper
hell
of
just happened?
Age to wrinkle their child's skin, weaken their bones, dim their vision and their minds, cripple them in 1,000 ways over decades to ultimately kill them, to give their life meaning. But what can you do? The world contains pain and death, and so your brain believes the sweet lies that the horrors you can't avoid are good for you. And while death is a part of life, cholera was a part of life until humans developed wells and sewers to separate water from waste. Short-sightedness is a part of life until it isn't. Just because a thing is natural doesn't make it good or necessary.
Yeah, I mean the whole naturalness bias. I have that same argument with just like, oh, like things that are man-made are bad for the environment. It's like, well, you know, things like humans are made from the environment. Like, our beaver dams, are they artificial or are they natural? That type of thing. You know, it's really like all it is an argument of semantics. At least
natural
with this
to live lives
argument.
Nasty, brutish, and short, and it's natural for humans to look at what indifferent nature provides.
I guess not really, because the the semantics of it is like, is it natural? Yes, it's natural, but natural doesn't mean good. It only means good when you apply like the natural law philosophy to
as the starting point, as
like
a to-do list.
worldview.
Where humans focus, technology ever improves, and with that, the ability to make lives better ever improves. And just now, some basic tools with real promise to slow or halt the decay are becoming visible on the horizon, which raises the question, just how strong is the Reaper of Age? With enough time and attention, can humans craft these basic tools into shields and swords to keep him at bay? Possibly indefinitely? Perhaps. And if so, the first...
There was that one episode of Love, Death, and Robots, right? Where it was about the people who became, where humans could be immortal and just live forever. But then there's like a task force that's dedicated to like taking out illegally produced children, right? So that way overpopulation isn't a thing.
Mortal generation may be alive today. A generation that lives a healthy adulthood
because that would
as
need
long
to be a necessity
as they wish to. But to make
in a
that
universe with
happen,
limited
brains
resources,
need to be cleared of the millennia of death
entities.
acceptance. Death is not a solution to future problems imagined. Faced with the changes longer lives will bring, humans will not miss the Reaper and construct one to solve their problems. Just as with our larger cities, we don't remix the water to bring back cholera. Humans must discard the learned helplessness the Reaper and their own brains have imposed on them, to instead see the rot and decay not as natural and inevitable, but as a degenerative disease to be attacked like all the others, as the degenerative disease that affects 100% of the population, and is a source of misery untold. Misery not in your distant future, but in your now. And how soon we start the project of focusing our attention and shaping our tools against the Reaper matters. For the difference of but a day might determine what side of the future chasm
a JP reference? No, I just made that up.
Journeying forever forward or falling backward into the abyss.
Is it too late for you? We probably won't win the war against death because death is all powerful, but we might be able to win the battle against the next best thing, aging itself. There's a realistic chance that you might live a longer and healthier life, but should we really do it? We explore this in our video.
Are they by the same people? The hell is this collab? I had a funny and amusing, well, I find it amusing, an amusing thought the other day. I was trying to think of like what are like the enemies of like certain of like a given philosophy. So for deontology, it would be objective moral failings. That's like the enemy. That means that's like a bad thing, right? For utilitarianism, what would be the enemy? It would be pain, right? Because utilitarianism's all about mitigating pain and maximizing pleasure, right? That kind of thing within a population. And then natural law, the argument or the enemy is artificiality, right? Just whatever the law of the jungle, that's what goes. But then what's the enemy of stoicism? Well, that would be therapists. Now, I just thought of that, like, that's admittedly stoicism isn't a moral philosophy, so it's not fair to compare. Thoughts on the anti-death argument? Well, so I am a fan of putting things into perspective and removing concepts from their preconceived notions. And so for death to be a natural part of life is a very normal thing for a living being to think. And I completely agree that it's completely arbitrary, right? And then as it did in the video, like it gets into like what is natural versus not natural. When like another example is like, when are GMOs bad? It's like we like all of the food we eat today are GMOs, but some GMOs are more bad than others and are classified as GMOs. Oh, hey, Bun. Talking about philosophy. We're philosophizing.